Hello everyone, welcome to the sessions on transformers. So in this sessions we are going to learn about how to develop or how to draw an assembly drawing of a transformers of different types of transformers using CAD tool. So before that we should learn how to develop a preparatory sketch of a transformer for the given data or else for the given sketches. So before dealing with the assembly drawing of a transformers, first let us discuss some construction features of different types of transformers which we have. Okay, so before going with the construction details, let us discuss what actually we are doing in this transformer model. See, we are going to develop a sketches how the transformer looks from the front and from the top. This is what here you can see the transformer. In this transformer, how it looks from the front and how it looks from the top view. That is what we are going to draw by using AutoCAD tool. So for example, let me take an house. You want to see the elevation front side of your house. So in order to see the elevation of your house, you should go for front view, right? So likewise, if you want to see where exactly the hall is, where exactly the room is, where exactly the kitchen is, so for that you should go for top view. This is what your top view, right? So by standing in front of the house, you cannot have a sectional plan of the house, and by looking from the top you cannot able to look the elevation. So that's why the front view and the top view both are very important. Front view is nothing but a elevation and top view is nothing but a section plan. Clear? So if they asked you to develop a section plan, then you should go for a top view. If they asked you to develop a front elevation, then you're supposed to go for front view. I hope it is clear. So we'll be having two views. One is front view, that is nothing but to develop an elevation, and the other one is a top view to develop a sectional plan of electrical machines, any electrical machines, not only the transformers. You can go for any electrical machines. So this is what your transformer. So in this what we are doing is how it looks like from top view and then the front view. That is what we are going to develop in AutoCAD tool. Hope it is clear. So with this details, let us understand about constructional details of a transformer. So you know transformer very well. What is the transformer? Transformer will transfer the electrical power from one circuit to another circuit without any electrical connections, right? So here the major parts of the transformer are electric circuit and magnetic circuit. The transformer is having both electric and then magnetic circuits. So coming to the electric circuit, it consists of LV and then HV winding, and coming to the magnetic circuit or else magnetic frame, it consists of a core. I'm talking about major part, and there are some accessories also like insulating materials, bushings, conservators, oil pumping systems, tank, so conservators, radiators, fins, so all are a secondary components. So these two are the major components. So again, based on the construction of this magnetic circuit, based on the construction of the core, we'll be having core type transformer and then shell type transformer. So again, in core type we have a single phase and then three phase. Again in shell type also we'll be having single and then three phase transformer. So you know this very well. So now let us go in detail about magnetic circuit. So magnetic circuit. So firstly, in these two figures represents a single phase core type and then three phase core type transformers. So this is what your magnetic frame, or else what we call it as core. So in this core, this horizontal portion is called what? Yoke. The horizontal portion of the core is yoke, and the vertical portion of the core is nothing but leg or limb. We call it as leg and then limb. And this portion between the legs, there is an window. Clear? This is called what? Window. Vertical portion is called limb, and then horizontal portion is called yoke. And in single phase, the width of each limb are equal. It means the width of this limb is equals to the width of the another limb. Coming to the three phase core type transformer, you can see we'll be having three legs, and this is what your yoke, horizontal portion. And you can also observe that the width of all the three limbs are equal here. A. The width of all the limbs are equal, and in three phase core type transformer we will be having two windows. This is the window 1 and this is the window 2, whereas in core type single phase core type transformer I will be having only a single window, right? And coming to the shell transformer, so this is what the magnetic circuit, magnetic frame of the shell transformer. This is what was single phase shell type transformer. So again, in single phase transformer also we have two windows and then three limbs. But what's the difference between single phase shell type core and then three phase core type transformer? The difference is that you can see here the width of the central limb is twice the width of the side limbs, where here the side limbs width is A, but the width of the central limb is 2A. That is what the difference between the three phase core type and then single phase shell type transformer. And this is what your three phase shell type transformer. And you observe all the four are a front view drawing. It is a front view. So from the front, a single phase core looks like this, a rectangle, and this is three phase core, single phase shell, and then three phase shell. So this is nothing but your elevation part. Front view is nothing but an elevation part. So from the front view, the magnetic circuits look like this. Clear? So this is what elevation of core and then shell transformer. And the other major equipment is what LV and then HV winding. So we already know that core type transformer is having cylindrical windings or else disc windings, whereas a shell type transformer consists of rectangular windings. So that is what a sandwich type of windings. See here, you can see that a cylindrical winding, it is what a cylinder. This is actually the cylindrical winding. So how it looks like from the top? From the top you can able to see only the circle. So that is nothing but this circle. That is what a sectional plan or else a top view. A top view of this winding looks like a circle. This is nothing but your circle. Clear? And this circle will be the inside edge of the cylinder, and the outer circle is the outside edge of the cylinder, and this will give you the thickness of the winding. Clear? And if you try to look at the front view, it look like this. So this is nothing but your height of the cylinder, this is nothing but your diameter of the cylinder. Clear? Likewise, this is the disc winding, the top view. From the top it looks like a circle, and from the front view it looks like this. Clear? And this is what your rectangular coil, and this is what a top view. From the top view it looks like this, and this is what your front view. This is what the top and then the front view of both LV and then HV winding. Different types of winding: cylindrical winding, disc winding, rectangular winding. Clear? And coming to the core section, the core section of the limb, core section, this is what your core section, this is the core section. As I already said, vertical portion, this is what the limb, this is what the limb. Clear? This is what the limb. The core section of the limb, it may be a square. This is nothing but your square. All sides are equal. It may be a two-step. You can see the steps here. It is two-step, or else it is called as cruciform. It may be a three-step, or it may be a four-step. Clear? So we have different types of core sections, So we have a single step, it is nothing but a square. Two-step, cruciform. Three-step, core. Clear? So now what actually it is, for example, let me take, this is the limb. So you see this limb from the top view. It just looks like a square. You can see here, it just looks like a square. That is what the top view, that is what here they have written. Here. And what about this circle, this circumcircle? It is just an imaginary circle. You can see here also, it is an imaginary circle to draw this core section, right? The type of the core section, again, it depend upon the writing, size of the transformer. Clear? The type of the core is depend upon the size of the transformer, right? And coming to this front and then top view, this is what your top view, that is nothing but plan, and this is what the elevation is nothing but a front view. From this view you can see it looks like this. Clear? This is for single step. Likewise, this is what our two-step core section. You can see here two steps. So from the top view it looks like this. You can imagine yourself, and from the front view it will looks like this. This is what the elevation part. As I already said, front view will give you the elevation part, and the top view will give you the sectional part. And coming to the length of each side or each step, you can see here the dia of the imaginary circle is 100. In all the three, the dia of the imaginary circle is unread. It is very important, you should remember this always. So if the circumcircle, this is called as circumcircle, so this, if the dia of the circumcircle is unread, then the length of each side of the square will be 71. It means if it is D, it is 0.71 D. Clear? If it is D, it is 0.71 D. It means 71% of diameter. That is for single step or square type. In the cruciform, if the dia is unread, the first step you can see here, it is 85, and the second step width is 53. It means 85% of the dia and then the 53% of the dia. Clear? And now for 3 step, 90% of the dia, 70% of the dia, 42% of the dia. You should remember always, for single step, the side is depend upon the diameter. It is 71% of the diameter, 85% of the diameter, 53% of the diameter, and for 3 step it is 90, 70 and then 42. You should remember these values to develop or to draw the sectional plan of a core. This is called what? A section plan of a core. I have not included the winding here, just a section plan of the core it is. Clear? Now I have a core now. I need to place the winding. See, you know this diagram very well. If I asked you to explain about construction of core type transformer, you start writing this diagram. So what actually it is a magnetic circuit. It is nothing but a core, and we have an winding, primary winding and then secondary winding. Either it may be LV or HV, this may be LV or HV depending upon the type of the transformer, step up or step down, right? Clear? So the elevation of the same, it will be like this. For one limb I will be having LV winding. This is what LV windings. For the other limb I will be having what? An HV windings. HV winding. Clear? So but practically we don't have a transformer like this, because as the voltage increases in the HV side, it is very tough job to provide an insulation between the core and then the high voltage winding. It will be a difficult job to provide an insulation between this core and then HV winding, and also the chances of failures or chances of damages will be high in this case. So that's why instead of using this type of winding arrangement, what actually we do is, this is what. So the first, the limb will be covered by the LV winding, and over the LV winding we will be having HV winding. So it means both the limbs having both LV and then HV winding. Here you can see that here one limb is having LV and the other limb is having HV. But in this case, both the limbs having both LV and then HV winding. Clear? So there will be some insulation between the core and then LV. There will be some insulation between the core and then LV, and again some gap and then insulation between LV and then HV. So why that gap? For the cooling purpose. Clear? According to this, both the limbs having LV and then HV winding. This is nothing but your elevation of a single phase core type transformer. You remember, for single phase core type transformer you will be having 2 limbs. For 3 phase you will be having 3 limbs. Clear? And let us go in details about the winding, because it is very important which type of winding it is. Of course it is a cylindrical winding or a circular coils, we can call it as, and this is nothing but your rectangular coil, and this is nothing but a concentric. So LV and the HV wounded on LV, and there will be some small insulation between HV and then LV. Okay, concentric circular coils. So this is the one coil, this is the concentric circular coils, and this is the one rectangular coil, and this is what your concentric rectangular coils, LV and then HV. And if you cut this concentric circular coils, it looks, the windings will look like this. This is the LV winding and this is what your HV winding. If you cut and see this, the LV winding how it looks, and this is what the HV. That's why it is called cut sectional view. And this is what a sandwich type of winding, where we are using this in shell type transformer. The sandwich means layer by layer, LV, HV, LV and then HV. This is a circular sandwich, and this is the cut view of the same, and this is what your rectangular, okay, rectangular concentric coils cut view, and this is sandwich winding with rectangular coils and the cut view of the same. I hope it is cleared now. For that, in this, you should start imagining the things. Okay, you should start imagining the things, how the transformer looks from the top view. As I already said, I am not at all going to consider any accessories. I will be considering only the major components. The major components are that to core, that is magnetic frame, and then the electric windings. That's it. I'm mainly concentrating on windings and then a magnetic circuit cores. So if you know how it looks from the top view and from the front view, it will be easy to develop or draw a transformer, assembly view of a transformer for the given data. So if you have any doubts, please feel free to clarify your doubts. Thank you.